Hey, this is Mark Jokel. Welcome to Create Epic. We're here at the Epic Rec Center. This is a 120,000 square foot facility. Also in the Epic Recreation Center is this beautiful podcasting streaming studio upstairs. We've got Tribulation Studios. You're going to hear a lot more about that. And then the Performing Arts Theater, where we do all of our live shows, is right down the way. So this recreation center is also loaded with a performing arts center. So lots of cool things to talk about today. And our guest today is the man, producer, songwriter, performer, David Tribble. How you doing, David?
Hey, doing good. Thanks for having me again.
And how about that intro? You do a little bit of everything,
I've had worn my fair share of hats, and I wouldn't have it any other way.
So a year ago, okay, so just think about a year ago. Would you think at this time that you would have a full studio that you produce and run?
No, no, not in the slightest. Uh, that's the way God works.
Yeah, it really does. Well, tell a little bit about that progression and kind of where you started with the studio and where you're at now.
Yeah. So it's been about 8 months, I think now. Um, we've been able to do a lot of different things. Get to know the equipment first and foremost, and the room. And Jake Curley, my partner, can't do this without him. He's been through it a lot with the equipment and the fact that it's been there for several years, kind of unattended. So we kind of just worked out some of the demons, some of the cobwebs, and we're making our way with the rhythm and some good things happening. We got some big projects we're working on and getting some great results out of what we're doing, and just having a blast doing it. Really blessed.
Well, not to get in too much of the weeds technically, but there's some pretty badass equipment there. It's like, tell us a little bit about the history of the board you have and what lineage that comes from.
Well, the board is a Rupert Neve 50A8, and it's a very rare board. Believe there's only two of those in Texas. So we're just really have a unique piece of equipment that we can offer. That's it's a channel strip analog uh, board, and so everything is much warmer and kind of just more what you really what you want to grab and to catch the actual uh, what it sounds like. Um, and so everything that goes through it is automatically, in a place that is really great to start with. Um, and so that's a real big part of who we are at Tribulation Sound, and with the Rupert Neve console. Um, and we've been able to do some live tracking in our live room and just a lot of different options there. And so, yeah, uh, some really awesome equipment.
What's the live tracking?
Oh, we just get the band in the live room, and we do we say, all right, everybody's going together, and we're recording
Just roll.
everything together. Um, and so, yeah, we've had some great moments with that, recording video as well. And so we've been able to showcase the studio inside and out.
Well, that studio too, the space is pretty decent size too. So you've got a little room to work with. What all instruments can you fit in there for like the live tracking?
We had a band with six, I think 6 people, maybe it might have been more like eight, and they were all in there doing their thing. Had a steel guitar player, keyboard, the whole yeah, you name it, man. They were doing.
That's kind of big time. It's like what people see when you watch these documentaries of bands in studios all playing together. So it has that kind of big time feel when you're doing that live tracking, I guess.
Yeah, you do definitely get a different feel. You don't get the same amount of control, but it's just it's a give and a take with that kind of situation, and I love that. And so we encourage people to try that route sometimes too.
So what kind of artists we talked a little bit before we got started of some younger acts. I know you worked with some more experience. Who are some of the bands you're working with now?
Yeah, I mean, there's so many young acts out there, songwriters that I've met, through the songwriting circles, and they're just grinding, and they have to. Um, and so we had Ethan Pacheco, uh, he, uh, he did some stuff with us, working on that, finishing that up. Um, we had Dalton Shackelford come in, work on a couple of songs with us. Um, I mean, all these guys are just eager and have plenty of songs to get in and record, and so, really happy to help them, get to the next step. I had Madeline Griffith, um, another great singer-songwriter that played at Vibe Fest last year,
Yeah, I remember
and
her.
we've had her in the studio working on a song, finishing up with her, so, I mean, those 3 out of many that we've had, that are, pursuing this and doing it well and doing it right, and, real happy to be alongside them, helping them
Yeah.
out.
So when you're working with a group and they approach you, is it typically a couple of songs they want to do, a few songs? What's the typical, if there is typical?
Uh, yeah, it depends. Another guy we have, Landon Watkins, uh, first time to record, first album, and he's doing a full album. And so, but he just had enough songs for an album, so, uh, I think that's part of it too, he's done a lot of work to get ready and be prepared, uh, to lay those songs down, but, uh, I mean, we're here for it all, man.
That's awesome. So I know right adjacent to the studios and all that is this amazing theater we have here. At the end of the month, January 29th, you got a show coming up. Want to tell us a little bit about that?
Yeah, I'm very excited to get back in the theater play. I decided to do a show based around new songs. Uh, as a studio guy, just a songwriter, I thought, what better time in January to introduce some new songs that I know people are working on and working on promoting as well as myself. So um, it's going to be the 3 I mentioned: Madeline Griffith, Ethan Pacheco, Dalton Shackelford.
Okay.
And they're gonna be song swapping, to start the night off. Um, just sharing new songs. I mean, songs that we've recorded for them and
I got to stop you there. What's song swapping?
song swapping is when are on stage together with their acoustic guitars and they play one song at a time. It's a little more intimate, a little more, uh, opportunity to hear about the songs and how they recorded and what they're about. Um, and, uh, after that, I'm gonna close it out with my band. We're gonna share some new songs, and just have a good time, man. We got, Mama's Medicine, in the building, serving up, cocktails for with table service to make it a really special night for us. Thanks to Jason over at, Firehouse Gastro Park for that, and for jumping on board with this, and, just yeah, I mean, got VIP, balcony seating. I mean, it's not a
It's the
great
real deal.
space. Yeah.
So tell me a little bit about more about your band. How many pieces in it? Who's in your band?
Yeah, I have, bass, guitar, drums, mandolin. Um, so just my guys doing what we've been doing for some of us for the last 4 years, and, been working on these songs for the last, for 6 months, in shows, and, so just gonna kinda narrow it down and just play the new songs and, uh, talk about new music.
So these younger acts you're working with, are some of them pretty young? I think
Yeah, 25.
that's what I thought.
Yeah. I
So
mean, younger than that. Yeah,
so
definitely.
some of these cats are just coming out of high school, just getting started, been playing around at different bars and
Yeah,
clubs,
yeah.
and they're ready to start recording.
Yeah, yeah, they've done the work, I mean, they have the songs, that's real important. They've attended open mics and worked on being ready to play in front of people, and, I've seen them do this. I've been there, and I encourage all young artists to do that, to take advantage of the open mics and go play your new songs and, uh, and be ready when the time comes, because
Well,
the time is coming.
I know I always try, in addition to hosting open mics here, I go to open mics, and that's how I find new talent
Yeah,
for our events.
yeah.
And so you might be playing at an open mic and just think, oh no, is it? But you never know who's going to be there listening for talent.
Yeah, you do. You never know, and, some of these open mics are really great and really well attended, and, yeah, and those people are there for the music.
One of the other things you're involved in is that has to do with local emerging talent is the Epic Vibe Fest. This year you're involved again. Why don't you talk a little bit about what people can anticipate for that for some music, live and local?
Yeah, it's year 2 for the Vibe Fest, bringing the vibes again. We had a songwriter stage last year, doing that again. 3 stages. One's gonna be more of a busking stage, which I think as a songwriter, it's good to get in that every once in a while, and I know I did it several times, and I think it's just a fun addition to our Vibe Fest, uh, and that'll be, an outside deal, and then we'll have the inside stages, the songwriter stage, and then the bigger band stage, um, and a theater. And so, yeah, I mean, it's just gonna be music everywhere you look, and then the vendors and food. I mean, it's gonna be the place to be for sure.
Yeah. Well, people could expect it to be a little bigger this year too, because last year we didn't have a ton of food trucks because we didn't know what the weather is, but the weather was great. But we've had a lot apply, and it's kind of buyer beware. They know it could be bad weather, but these are seasoned pros. They've been doing festivals forever. They can deal with about anything. So we're gonna have great food out front. We'll have about 50 artist vendors inside, more food inside as well too. So that's
Love it.
February 21st, and that's from noon to 6. So there'll be live music on 3 stages from noon till 6 p.m. So we'll be announcing those bands quickly. Well, not maybe not so quickly. February 8th, February 9th, we plan to, but David and I got about 82 bands to listen to for the selection process. So that's quite extensive too. I know you got the list. Yeah. Uh, but what's really interesting, and you notice that too, it's like those are those other processes of local bands, of like when they apply to be in these bands, you tend to pick the ones that you can quickly find a good video, and not missing links and different things. What are some of the things you pick up on that you select from?
Yeah, I was gonna say, let's talk about that for a minute. I mean, I think the easy to way to get on someone's radar for that would be to have an easy access of you playing live, on YouTube, more than likely, um, a website, uh, just, something that looks like it was made in the last 5 years, like, maybe an Instagram or a Facebook. I just, those things are just normal for artists to have and to be found, and you just can find what they've been doing. And if you have posted something last November, or if you posted something 5 Novembers ago, like it's just we want people that are relevant in the scene right now.
Right.
And we want people that are making music to share, to go record. I mean, and so those are the people that will need the push, right? And so those are the people that should get to play, and being in the circles and being in the scene. I know a lot of those people. I know who they are. And so excited to get a great lineup going.
Yeah. It's going to be great. And the beauty of this is, and that's what the vendors love about this, is it's rain or shine. This event happens. It's 100% indoors, except for the outdoor busker stage and the food, but weather will not impact it. The show goes on no matter what. And so that's really exciting. So the vendors don't have to set up tents or anything. They just come in and set up. So it makes it really easy for everyone in that sense. But well, David, thanks for being with us, and appreciate everything you're doing here. raising up young and emerging musicians, and it's going to be a great lineup for the festival too.
I look forward to it.
And what's the website that people can find about the studios here?
Tribulationsound.com is where you can find all information and all of our services and what we do. And yeah, I'd love to hear from you.
Well, we'll be having the tickets up for sale at the end of this week for the musical. I shouldn't say musical. David Tribble and Friends is what we're promoting it as, but we'll have live and local musicians there as well, and tickets will be for sale at createtexas.art. So we're all over at createtexas.art. This lands on YouTube, so make sure and subscribe to us on YouTube, as well as follow us on all the other social media to keep up with what's going on in the scene here in Texas. Thanks a bunch and appreciate you joining us today. Have a good one. Boom.
Good. Good. I like that you talked about that.